Hi everyone. This is a video about the three types of vector questions that could come up in kinematics in the mechanics exam next week. So this is really a video about how to identify which method you should use, and this is purely focused on kinematics here. So just kinematics. This is nothing about kind of forces, inclined planes, moments, or any kind of questions like this. This is purely vectors in kinematics. So that's when we're just talking about the acceleration, velocity, and displacement of a particle. So when you're looking at identifying which method to use in the vectors question in kinematics, the only thing you need to work out, first of all, the first thing you need to look at is what is the acceleration, because that's exactly what's going to tell you which method you need to use. Okay, so it's either going to be constant speed, aka no acceleration. It's going to be constant acceleration, so that would be if they said acceleration is 2, 3 or 2i plus 3j, or it's going to be a variable acceleration question. So that would be when acceleration is given in terms of t. So just to go into a bit more detail there, for constant speed, they'll say in the question, this particle is moving with constant velocity, let's say 5 meters per second. If it starts from the point 1, where will it be after 3 seconds? And there's only one formula you can use for a particle moving with constant velocity. It will be the formula r equals r naught, that's starting position, plus velocity vector times time. And whatever they've given you in the question, if it's constant velocity, you just sub it into this formula and rearrange, and that's it. I don't think this is likely to come up, but it could. It might just be kind of a part A. The reason I say that is because there's not many marks. There's not many things they can ask you about this question. So they probably wouldn't do a whole question on this. Moving on, we have constant acceleration, variable acceleration. This is really where all the marks are going to come in for this topic. So to identify them, just look at the acceleration. Is acceleration just a number vector, or is it given in terms of t? And also watch out for variable acceleration. Instead of giving you a, they might give you v in terms of t. Or they might even give you the displacement. And remember, they'd like to use r if it's a vector instead of s, just to confuse you with that a little bit more. 5t cubed, let's say. So constant acceleration, if they just give it to you as a number, then you just use suvat, sub in everything you know, find what's missing. If the vector involves t, then you need to use variable acceleration and use to integrate and differentiate. That's all there is to it on how to identify the method to use. So just look at the acceleration to see what they say in the question. Let's just have a brief look at the types of questions they could ask. So here you can see at time t seconds, okay, velocity is a vector, and crucially, the vector is in terms of t. Okay, so that tells you, okay, the vector's in terms of t, that means it's variable acceleration because as time changes, the vector's changing. So that means you need to use integration, differentiation. And then looking at this question, oh, looks like I did this one earlier. And this is they've said in the first line here, a particle P moves with constant acceleration. So that's really nice of them. They're telling you straight away, first line, the acceleration is constant. You need to use suvat here. If you'd like more detail now about how to do these types of questions, specifically the suvat questions or the integration and differentiation questions with vectors, then just look at my next videos because I'm going to make more on the methods for this.